Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a Scorpio reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and 8th house placements for February. So first I'm going to start off with the overall energy with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I'm going to have to use my book to do the, to read the description of the card because it's a new deck of mine and each one is pretty lengthy, the description, or I don't really know what the inherent meanings of them are. So let's see what's going on for Scorpio, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and 8th house placements. The overall energy with just one Mystical Shaman card for February. The Rainbow. I feel like I had pulled this for my pick a card, okay? So that's a beautiful energy to get. I actually had started your guys' reading and I got interrupted, so I feel like it was meant to be to get this one. Let's see what we got going on for the Rainbow. So we have, the rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path, which manifests as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in the right relationship with spirit. That's amazing, okay? Scorpios like to hear that, all right? The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is just darkest before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even when the light is still the darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. Don't get caught in the pursuit of the illusion of the pot of gold at the end of rainbow. Find the treasure now in the moment by coming into the right relationship with those around you. All your gifts are at hand, so obvious that you may have missed them. Be true with your intentions and do not be led astray by daydreams. So, the feeling I'm kind of getting is that 2019 may have been a really hard year. I think it was a hard year for everyone, but we're just talking about Scorpios right now. It could have been a lot of battles that you guys are very strong and you might have already been through battles that you thought were your ultimate test, but then you went through the ultimate storms, okay? And I feel like you're right at the brink of this rainbow. Now it says don't let your guard down because I feel like you're not supposed to stop like the path you're on because you're in a good momentum. You're just supposed to keep going, all right? So I'm going to pull 2 cards for the past energy of Scorpios and see what energy you guys were in the past, okay? Scorpio. Two of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles, okay? So you guys were holding on to, like, I feel like juggling a lot of different things, feeling like if you let go of one thing, like your whole world would kind of fall apart. I feel like you were holding on to this feeling of needing options, needing maybe a way out of a situation you were in. Maybe you were sort of dating someone and then there was like someone else and you just like, you kind of wanted to hold on to both. You were very, also, I feel like territorial and possessive about your, not territorial and possessive, that is 4 of Pentacles, but you were very like stubborn about your decisions that you were making and you weren't very flexible in it. Although you were juggling, you didn't want any outside input or anything like that, okay? So you are just very laser focused. You are a fixed sign, okay? And so, as everyone knows, Scorpios can be laser focused. I feel like you were just like, I'm gonna do it my way, even though it's like I'm taking on a lot. I got this, okay? So let's see what presently you have. I do have a Queen of Wands at the bottom if that resonates for anyone, but I want to keep shuffling and see what else I get here. Four of Cups presently and 10 of Wands. Well, it did say steer away from daydreams, okay? I feel like there's a couple different things here. For one, you're carrying this heavy burden still of maybe rejection, all right? Maybe someone didn't take a cup you offered. Maybe some of you could even be dealing with like drinking or, you know, fantasy in the sense of escapism, all right? Not wanting to tend to your responsibilities because they're just burdensome. But I also feel like this Four of Cups with the Ten of Wands is kind of like you're really like not seeing that there is like a way out of this like heavy place. There's like this obvious answer, but you're just so laser focused still on the solution that you're kind of missing it in a way. And I do feel like the rainbow is here, but I feel like you have to get your head sort of out of the clouds to see the rainbow, okay? So let's see what the future energies here is for February, okay? So what can Scorpio look at in February here? Regardless of whether you guys are open or seeing the solution, it's going to come to you. So even your stubbornness is going to prevail somehow. It just might be the harder route. I see the Moon and a Four of Swords. So I feel like you're going to dive deeper here in February, and you're really going to get clarity and peace of mind around like your shadow and like the things that have been dogging you for a long time. The things that have been sort of like having the steering wheel, but you didn't realize how much power they had. I feel like you're finally going to come peace to it. And it could be like just even like negative self-talk, for example, right? Like you can start to realize that you can acknowledge shadow work and things that you feel like you need to work on without this black and white mentality of like shaming who you are and like your core, because we all have like faults and we all have like things that we need to work on, but not talking to yourself in a negative way, not putting yourself down. So realizing that you could have a shadow side, because Scorpios like are very like, I feel like aware of it, but it can sometimes be really hard on themselves. Like realizing you have a shadow side, but that doesn't mean you have to like beat yourself up for it, because everyone has a shadow side. And like realizing like the more you feed it, it's like a lion, the worse it's getting, and the more you like beat yourself up about it, the worse it's getting. I feel like the Moon is all about that like unconscious thing driving you, okay? And you also could be dealing with a Pisces here as well. Some people say it's Cancer, but I kind of see the Moon as Pisces, all right? It could also be the next full moon that you get a lot of clarity with this Four of Swords, but I feel like you're going to start to finally have peace, and I feel like that's what the rainbow here is all about, okay? So I wanted to actually pull a couple Alice in Wonderland cards and just get a couple more energies from that. Clock time. Time, pressure, and a rush. I want to be a queen. Stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. That's what I feel like the rainbow was kind of saying too, is like, don't rush this place that you want to be, your ultimate destination. Like, I want to be a queen, because it is coming. Like, your rainbow is coming. There's nothing you need to do to rush this or make this happen. You just have to have patience and pass the tests as they come. It's not this like ultimate big test. It's like these little tests that you'll know when you're passing them, and you're going to pass them because you're on the right path already, okay? So I'm speaking in a very abstract kind of spiritual way, but I think you guys will totally get it here, right? So I'm going to go more into the fun stuff of your twin flame dynamic right now, and see what's going on with you, the energies between you and the person that you're dealing with, okay? All right, I'm pulling from the Mystic Moon Oracle, and then I'm going to pull from the Hidden Truth Oracle, and then I'm going to pull actually from Signs from Spirit, okay? Okay, 2 of these cards came out, and all right, so we've got freedom. That's what I just pulled with the Alice in Wonderland card. What was it? Where was it? The word was freedom, and now I don't know where I put them. Oh, here we go. Look, freedom, declaring freedom, okay? There's something about wanting to be free from maybe a cycle, maybe a dynamic, maybe just a repeating pattern, okay? And that's, I want to become a better person, and I feel like that's where you guys are at right now. You're realizing that every dynamic kind of reflects back to something about yourself that you want to work on, and not in this like harsh way, but in this like I can do this and I can accept my shadow side and I can ascend. You guys always get this, all right? So I do feel like you guys are on a very spiritual path right now and you're being freed. Even when you're trying to shackle yourself, I feel like the energies around you are helping you to become a better person. Everything's happening for your ultimate spiritual growth and ascending. And I feel like the person you're dealing with is on the same path here. They're maybe trying to free themselves from a dynamic that has been keeping them in a bad place, making them not a bad person, all right? I mean, not the greatest person. Orange, enthusiasm, excitement, and warmth. Songs remind me of you. And inner child. Wow, this is so cool because I see this as very like a Leo type sun energy, and so is the inner child. So there's definitely light being shown here. There's definitely music that's uplifting, and if you haven't been, it's time to listen to some music that your inner child will connect with, that you'll connect with, and you'll start feeling a higher vibration here. But I feel like this person is definitely listening to music and thinking of you and feeling this inner child connection that you guys have, okay? Indestructible, I lost myself for a while and returned. Oh my God. So I feel like this is very, very significant here. A couple messages I'm getting. So I feel like as this person like gets themselves back, they're going to be closer to returning to you. I feel like indestructible in the sense of I lost myself. We can feel like that. You know, you could look back and think, wow, like, who have I been? Like, I can't even find that person. But there's a part of you that remains indestructible. So you might be feeling like you lost yourself, but if you have, you know, I feel like you're gonna, once you return to yourself, whatever way that is, and I feel like the path to that is inner child and enthusiasm and finding things that bring you joy. You're going to return to yourself, and I feel like that person will mirror you and start returning to themselves and then eventually return to you. So that's really cool. All right, so I'm gonna pull from this oracle. Actually, okay, I'm gonna put Oracle, Dragon Fae. I'm gonna pull a few more tarot here, or a couple more. And the Twin Flame Messages, Volume 2, okay? Some more tarot messages that I can get. Wow, that one just flew out. All right. These cards are just wanting to join the party here, but they're all flying out. Okay. All right. Nothing is impossible. The Emperor. I'm sorry I couldn't follow through with my promises. You guys, this is crazy. So I feel like this is saying that even though you might have given up on this person growing and ascending and getting out of this immature state, nothing is impossible, okay? They weren't able to own up to anything before, but I feel like they're on their path. You could be dealing with an Aries, but it's also your energy of believing in them that's going to help them ultimately reach their highest level, okay? But I feel like they're reflecting back on things. They're realizing they weren't like a stand-up guy, okay? Could be a girl too, but let me just, it's a masculine energy is the point, but let me just pull one of my Twin Flame Poetic Confessions and see some clarity regarding that. Mutual. It's not in your head, I feel it too, but I'm a clumsy person that never knows what to do. I feel like they're really actually apologizing here. They're saying they were a fool. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. But they're not saying you were a fool for falling for them. They're saying, actually, I was a fool. So I made you feel like a fool, but really I was the fool and I didn't fall through. And now I'm realizing I have to grow. I have to take responsibility, okay? And nothing is impossible. So you have to believe that too. I will make things right between us one day. Queen of Cups and Queen Una. A brilliant solution is on its way, you guys. How crazy is that? A solution, and I will make things right. So they are working on finding a solution to this. They realize that you're their, like, I see Queen of Cups as like very, not like Empress, but this woman that's like ultimately like an emotional connection. It could be a Pisces, Cancer. Oh, this is you guys too, Scorpio. But it's just someone that they're very emotionally in tuned, and they know that. They know you could be their ultimate queen. We got 2 queens here. This isn't, but this is a solution. I feel like the solution is them making things right, okay? So I'm going to pull one last twin flame message, my twin flame poetic confessions, and I got dark night. In the darkness, I cling to your light. Deep down in the trenches, you're always shining bright. And I got that inner child and that orange enthusiasm, excitement. I feel like you still make them excited. They're still drawn to your light. You're still the way home for them, all right? So I do feel like they're going to return. I do feel like they are returning, even if it's not physically, but energetically. And you are getting pieces back of yourself that you lost a long time ago. Nothing is impossible, okay, guys? So that's the message I have for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, Scorpios, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.